My sister posted a photo from the Eiffel Tower. The caption, "Best parents ever. Thanks for the trip of a lifetime. 5-star hotels. Michelin restaurants. 3 weeks across Europe." I stared at my phone. Because 6 months earlier, my parents told me something very different. "Sweetie, we're so sorry. Your college fund? It's gone. $80,000 vanished. Lost in a bad investment," they said. I'd have to take out loans. Figure it out. They couldn't help. But here's the thing. I had the statements, every single one. And they had no idea I'd been tracking that account for 3 years. So where did $80,000 really go? And why was my sister suddenly living like royalty? I had receipts, and I was about to use them. Before we get into what happened next, drop a comment. Where are you watching from? What time is it there? And hit that like button if you're the type who saves everything. Trust me, you're going to want to. Let's rewind. I was 14 when my grandparents set up the trust. Grandpa called it my launch pad. $80,000 earmarked for college only. I remember sitting at the kitchen table. The lawyer slid papers across to my parents. This is a custodial education trust. Your daughter is the sole beneficiary. Funds may only be used for her qualified education expenses. Mom and Dad signed as co-trustees. I didn't really understand what that meant back then. I just knew I was safe. I worked 2 jobs in high school. Retail on weekends. Tutoring after school. I saved everything I earned. I wanted to be responsible. My sister, she never held a job. Not once. And the favoritism wasn't exactly subtle. Her 16th birthday, she got a brand new car, mine, a $50 gift card, and a lecture about budgeting. You understand, honey. You're more responsible. She needs a little more help. I swallowed it. I always did. But my economics teacher, Mr. Carver, told me something I never forgot. Always keep copies. People forget. Or they lie. So I started scanning every document that came to the house. Bank statements. Tax forms. Trust account updates. Every year, a statement arrived showing the balance. I filed them in a binder. Color-coded tabs. Dates in order. I didn't know I'd need them. But I was about to. I turned 18 in May. College acceptance letters were piling up. Deadlines were closing in. I needed the trust released. So one night at dinner, I brought it up. Mom, I need to access the college fund. Tuition's due in August. Silence. My parents looked at each other. That look. Then Mom put down her fork. Honey, there's something we need to tell you. That account? There was a problem. I felt my stomach drop. What kind of problem? The financial advisor. He made some bad investments a few years ago. The money? It's gone. Gone, I stared at her. All of it? Dad jumped in. We tried to recover what we could. We even hired a lawyer. But the legal fees ate up the rest. There's nothing left. We're so sorry. My sister was leaning against the doorway. She didn't even try to hide the smirk. That sucks. Guess you'll need loans like everyone else. I turned back to my parents. $80,000. Just gone? Mom nodded. Her eyes were soft, sympathetic. You'll have to figure it out, sweetie. We can't help. Dad stood up. Conversation over. The door to my future slammed shut. Or so they thought. I tried to get answers. I called the bank the next morning. I need information on my trust account. The rep was polite but firm. You're listed as beneficiary, but both trustees must authorize any disclosure. I asked my parents to sign the release. They refused. It'll just upset you more, honey. Let it go. I started filling out federal loan applications. The numbers made me sick. $42,000 a year. 4 years. Interest piling on. I felt trapped. And then, that same week, my sister made an announcement at dinner. So Mom and Dad are sending me to Europe for graduation. 3 weeks. Paris to Prague. She was glowing. I did the math in my head. Flights, hotels, meals. 12,000 minimum. Wow, that's generous. Dad shrugged. She deserves it. She worked hard. I didn't say anything. I went up to my room. My acceptance letter was on my desk. Next to it, my calculator. No fund, no help. No future, I thought I'd lost. Then I opened the binder. I pulled out the most recent statement. Dated 4 months ago, January. I ran my finger down to the balance line. $83,440. And 22 cents. No withdrawal column. No loss notation, just interest accrual. The account was active. The money was there. If there had been a bad investment, it would show up. A debit. A transfer. Something. This showed nothing but growth. I grabbed my phone and pulled up my sister's Instagram. The Europe announcement post, dated 3 days ago. But there were older posts too. A car upgrade in January, new rims, custom paint, upgraded my ride. Thanks, Mom and Dad. I looked at the statement again. The date, the balance. They lied, but why? And if the money wasn't lost, where was it going? I checked my sister's posts from the last year. A family cruise in March, designer bags in April, concert tickets, spa weekends. Every single one tagged with my parents. The timeline matched. I didn't just have a hunch anymore. I had proof. And I was going to need more. I confronted them the next night. I walked into the living room with the statement in my hand. This is dated January. It says $83,000. You told me the account was empty. Mom's face went pale. Dad stood up. That statement is outdated. You don't understand how finance works. Then show me the current one. We don't owe you an explanation. I held my ground. Actually, you do. I'm the beneficiary. That's my money. Dad's voice got louder. We are your parents. You don't get to walk in here and interrogate us. If you keep this up, you're out. No phone. No car insurance. Nothing. Mom started crying. Why are you doing this? We've given you everything. And this is how you repay us? My sister appeared, right on cue. You're tearing this family apart over money. Do you hear yourself? She pulled out her phone. An hour later, the family group chat lit up. Aunts, uncles, cousins. My sister's message. She's accusing Mom and Dad of stealing. It's so toxic. Please talk to her. My phone buzzed nonstop. And in the middle of it all, I got an email from the university. Tuition deposit due in 21 days. The clock was ticking. I had one statement. I needed the whole picture. And I knew exactly how to get it. When I turned 16, the trust gave me beneficiary portal access. My parents forgot about it. I logged in. Archive access. Transaction history. Full download available. I clicked export. 12 months of transactions loaded onto my screen. And there they were. 3 large withdrawals. $9,200. July, $7,500. October, $11,300. January. Total, $28,000. Memo line on the first 2, educational expenses. I opened a new tab. My sister's Instagram again. July. Post from a resort in Cancun. Senior trip. Best parents ever. October. New MacBook unboxing video. Surprise gift. January. The car upgrade. I looked at the memo line on the January withdrawal. Educational expenses, Emma. Emma, my sister's name. Emma, who never went to college. Emma, who was about to spend 3 weeks in Europe. Educational expenses. I screenshotted everything. The withdrawals. The dates. The memos. The posts. I finally understood. This wasn't a loss. It was theft. And I knew exactly who could stop it. I needed to understand why. Why would they do this? I went back further. Social media. Family photos. Conversations I'd overheard. And then my cousin sent me a text. Hey, your parents are so generous. I wish mine would help me like that. I stared at the message. Help you with what? Your mom mentioned they paid off your sister's credit cards last month. Must be nice. Credit cards. I cross-referenced the dates. The $11,000 withdrawal in January. My sister posted about the car the same week. But my cousin said credit card payment. I checked my sister's Venmo. Public transactions. Payments to Nordstrom. Sephora. A boutique hotel in Miami. She wasn't just being spoiled. She was in debt. And my parents were bailing her out. With my money. I finally saw the whole picture. My sister was the success story. The golden child. The one they showed off. I was the responsible one. The one who'd figure it out. They funded her image. Not my future. It wasn't about love. It was about control. And ego. Now I knew exactly what to do. And I had 12 days to do it. I found a trust attorney through my university's free legal clinic. Her name was Ms. Patel. She reviewed everything in under an hour. The original trust document, the statements, the transaction history, The Instagram posts. She looked up at me. This is textbook breach of fiduciary duty. Your parents withdrew funds for a non-beneficiary. You have standing. What are my options? You can demand they return the money, or you can petition the court to remove them as trustees and freeze the account. I didn't hesitate. Both. She nodded. Smart. She drafted 2 documents. A formal demand letter, 72-hour deadline to return the $28,000, and an emergency petition to freeze the account and remove my parents as trustees. Filing fee? $400. I paid it with money from my summer job. We filed on a Friday afternoon. The hearing was set for the following Thursday. 10 days before my tuition was due, I didn't tell my parents I'd filed. I didn't send a warning text. I didn't argue. I just let the court do it for me. Because silence isn't weakness. Sometimes it's strategy. Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Family Law Division. I arrived with Ms. Patel. We took our seats at the petitioner's table. The doors opened. My parents walked in. They saw me. Their faces went white. My dad whispered something to my mom. She looked confused, angry. My sister sat in the back row. For once, she wasn't smirking. The judge entered. Everyone stood. Be seated. Case number 4472. Petition for removal of trustee and emergency freeze. My parents' attorney, hired just 2 days earlier, stood up. Your Honor, this is a family misunderstanding. We ask for dismissal. The judge looked at him. I've reviewed the filings. Let's hear from the petitioner. Ms. Patel stood. Your Honor, we'll be brief. The trust instrument is clear. Sole beneficiary. Educational use only. We have evidence of multiple breaches. She pulled up the first exhibit on the courtroom screen. The trust deed. The language highlighted. Funds shall be used exclusively for the educational expenses of the beneficiary. Exhibit 2. The January statement. Balance $83,000. Exhibit 3. The transaction ledger. 3 withdrawals. $28,000 total. The judge leaned forward. Mr. and Mrs. Carter, did you withdraw $28,000 from this account? My dad cleared his throat. Your Honor, those were family expenses. We intended to... Family expenses are not educational expenses for the named beneficiary. Continue, counsel. Ms. Patel nodded. Exhibit 4. Instagram screenshots, time-stamped. Dated to match every withdrawal. My sister's car, her trip, her debt payments. The judge looked at my parents. Did any of these funds go toward your daughter Emma's education? Silence. I'll take that as a no. My mom tried to speak. Your Honor, we were going to pay it back. We just needed time. You are trustees. You have a fiduciary duty. You violated it. The gavel hadn't even dropped yet, but I could see it in their faces. They knew. Trustees are removed effective immediately. An independent fiduciary will be appointed by the end of business today. Respondents shall restore $28,000 to the trust within 30 days, or face contempt proceedings. Account freeze is lifted as of now. The gavel came down. 18 minutes. That's all it took. I walked out of that courtroom with my future back. 30 days later, the restitution check cleared. $28,000. Back in the trust. The new trustee released my tuition payment directly to the university. I was enrolled. On time, no loans. My parents had to sell their rental condo to cover the payment. They took a loss in a down market. I didn't gloat. I didn't call. I just moved forward. My sister's Europe trip? Canceled in week 3. They couldn't afford the remaining hotel payments. She flew home on a budget airline. Middle seat. No upgrades. She moved in with a friend. We haven't spoken much since. I didn't file criminal charges. I could have. Misappropriation, fraud. But I didn't want revenge. I wanted boundaries. Thanksgiving came around. My parents sent an invitation. Family dinner at our place. We hope you'll come. But only if you apologize. I didn't respond. Christmas, same thing. I sent a boundary email instead. I'm open to limited contact. Video calls only. No financial topics. No sister present. If that doesn't work for you, I understand. My dad called me selfish. My mom cried. I didn't argue. I just held the line. Boundaries aren't punishment. They're protection. I enrolled as an accounting major. First semester GPA, 3.9. I started a YouTube channel. Trust Fund Real Talk. Financial literacy for young people in trust situations. How to check your statements. What your rights are. When to lawyer up. 12,000 subscribers in 6 months. I didn't win by destroying them. I won by refusing to be erased. 1 year later, my parents sent a birthday card. No money, just a card. My sister sent a text. You were right. I'm in therapy now. I wrote back. Proud of you. I didn't let her back in. Not fully, but I cracked the door. Because growth isn't about grudges. It's about truth. I'm starting a foundation next year. For kids whose families misuse their funds. Legal aid. Document training. Advocacy. I'll never get those years of doubt back. Or the relationship I thought I had. But I got something better. I got my voice. Now I want to hear yours. Drop a folder emoji in the comments if you keep receipts. And tell me, what's one document you're glad you saved? Hit subscribe. Part 2 drops next week. I'm going to walk you through exactly how I manage the trust now. And how you can protect yours. They wanted me to stay quiet. I built a megaphone instead. See you in the comments. This story is a fictionalized dramatization and is not legal or financial advice. Always consult a licensed professional for your specific situation.